So the ABC, typical, paid by the taxpayers, has come out here now, all of a sudden, having these students on here that Pauline Hanson went to that Islamic school and they were saying, we support Sharia law, we support multiple marriages, and yes, we support being given away to be married off by our parents. They didn't say child marriage, but if you support Sharia law, I'm sorry, I can put the puzzle pieces together. And the ABC think it's good to have them on, who are meant to be sticking up for women, while they're supporting one of the most oppressive regimes to women there is. So they support Sharia law, and the ABC is meant to stick up for feminists, and they're supporting a regime and a law that suppresses women. Full burqa, can't go out in public without a man, can't speak, can't do most jobs, can't do anything, can be given away as an object, multiple wives, and the ABC, who are meant to be for feminists, think it's a good idea to come out here and support these Muslim students over Pauline Hanson because they're Muslim, even though they're saying they support Sharia law. And not child marriages being given away. But if you support Sharia law and you support giving away and you support multiple wives, I'm sorry, you probably support child marriages. It's just the way this thing goes. So, first I'll show you what these school students were saying, and then I'll show you the new clip of the ABC giving them a voice. So Pauline Hanson went to this Muslim school, asking her the hard questions while their teacher's sitting there to make sure they speak correctly off the script so they don't sound too extreme. But they clearly say they support Sharia law, multiple wives, and being given away by your parents to marriage. AKA treating women like objects, and they've been so indoctrinated to think that's normal. And this person grew up in Australia. This is what they said.
Muslims are coming here, disregarding our law and still having their multiple wives under Sharia law. Do you believe in Sharia law?
Yes.
Do you believe in Sharia law? Without an instant, yes.
Believe that should be allowed here in Australia?
Not in Australia because it's against the law, but if you look at if it's not just Muslim.
Well-rehearsed script? Oh no, not here because it's not the law here, but you support that law. So it sounds like you would want it here if you got the majority and could vote it in. Let's be real.
If you look at non-Muslim...
They're trying to make it illegal again to talk against Islam. What the F? Yeah, T-Ray. It's that they did a huge Islamophobia investigation with our taxpayer money after Islamic terrorist attack in Bondi. And they're trying to say we're Islamophobic, so they're trying to make laws that you can't speak out against it under the clause of Islamophobia. So they're just trying to take away our freedom of speech, going towards Sharia law where you can't speak up against a religion. Only that religion, though. You can say whatever you want about Christians, you can say whatever you want about Hindus, whatever. But if you speak anything against Muslims, they might say it's Islamophobia and you're finished. That's what they're trying to put in.
Population. There's also men with multiple wives.
But it is
also men with multiple wives.
Occurring here in Australia anyway.
Yeah.
Do you believe that you should be allowed to be married off at your parents, to whoever parents choose for you?
Yeah. I don't see why there's a problem with it because my parents know what's best for me. As long as there's a mutual agreement, if the child themselves is fine with it, then I don't see why there's a problem.
Hear the wording she said as well. The child is fine with it. Giving away children to marriage. Children can't consent. They don't know what's going on. And a lot don't consent. Under Sharia law, they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. Children cannot consent. Can I get some ones in the chat if you agree that this is a pre-rehearsed script? They're very ready for this. The teacher's ready for them. They're saying they support Sharia law, but not in Australia because it's not the law. If they got their way, they would want Sharia law. If they got their way, they would want Sharia law. Can I get some ones in the chat? Because if they're saying they support it, they fucking want it. I'm telling you. And let me just go back a bit because I did cut off a little bit there.
As there's a mutual agreement, if the child themselves is fine with it, then I don't see why there's a problem.
You don't see why there's a problem with a child getting married, and you support Sharia law. Children can't consent. They don't know what's going on. That's why they are children. They're not, in the law, an adult yet. That's why they can't get a tattoo. Because they don't know, they can't comprehend the full consequences of actions. Because they haven't had enough experience. The brain's not developed enough. All this. But for some reason, in a lot of Islamic communities, they think as soon as you're 9 years old, you're ready to go. You're full mature. It's fucking sick. And this is what the kids are being taught in these Islamic schools, because obviously the teachers there are supporting it. It's crazy. So that's where it all kicked off. That's what all started this big shebang. And now the ABC had the kids on, defending their action. But yeah, I don't understand a culture. If you debate these people, say on Muhammad or whatever, I see so many clips of these men and women that have been indoctrinated to say, so when someone's 9 years old, if they go through puberty, they can consent, they're an adult. You can marry them. And most of them say yes. Or they won't define an actual age. It's not compatible with our culture. If you think children can be married off, sorry, you shouldn't be in Australia or any Western country. Peter, no Sharia law in Australia. They can go to hell. That's right, Peter. We're not letting it happen. Thank you for your support. I'm probably going to get done for Islamophobia when these new laws come in. So let's get ready for that. Let's get ready for the court case, eh? So that all happened. So the children clearly said they don't have a problem with multiple marriages. They don't have a problem with children being married off by their parents. And they support Sharia law. So that's everything they're saying. And then the ABC, our taxpayer broadcast, thought it was a good idea to have these kids on and support them. The so-called feminist ABC, it's a feminist, women's rights, until it comes to Islam. And then if they want Sharia law, that goes before women's rights. Because Islam goes before everything on the woke agenda. You've got Islam, then you've got trans people, then you've got gay people, then you've got women, and then way down the bottom, you've got white men. Oh no, you got black people, probably, and then you got white men are the devil down the bottom. They're the worst. So that's the woke hierarchy. So women's rights come after Sharia law. That's how insane a lot of these woke people are. And that's how crazy the ABC is getting. Because they will have students on that say they support Sharia law like it's a good thing. Supporting them. Saying Pauline Hanson's the problem because she wants Australian culture and doesn't want multiple marriages and doesn't want Sharia law, doesn't want women oppressed, doesn't want children being given away like an object by their parents for marriage. Yes, Pauline's the real evil one here.
Why did you think it was important to sit opposite her and hear those views?
I've honestly grown tired of her just berating us and saying we're bad and what we're doing is absolutely wrong without anybody hearing our side of the story. And I wanted to be the one to actually tell her, no, what you're saying is not exactly true about us, and this is what the true Islam is. This is what we really are.
But what were you really? You pointed out everything she's been speaking up against. She literally said she supports Sharia law, she doesn't mind multiple marriages, and she's happy for kids to be given away by their parents for marriage. That's everything Pauline Hanson speaks out against. It's very privileged of a Muslim woman or kid. I don't know how old she is. You can't tell by the burqa. She's in school, so I'm guessing she's a kid. I know she's indoctrinated, so I don't want anyone to attack her. She's obviously brainwashed to think that frame women as objects, in my opinion. But she is very privileged to say in a Western country with all her rights that she wants Sharia law, she wants multiple marriages, and she's happy to be given away for marriage. It's very privileged of you to say that in a Western country where Sharia law doesn't exist, and everyone else in a dictatorship like Iran, where Sharia law exists and women are oppressed and forced to be in burqas, they're the ones suffering, and you're over here in a Western country with all your rights saying, yeah, I think Sharia law is good. I think children should be married off. I think Pauline Hanson's evil because she doesn't want multiple wives. Like, it's absolutely fucking ridiculous. The ABC, who's meant to be for feminists, supporting views like this, that a culture that literally puts women as objects and second-class citizens.
What we really are.
You all stayed very calm and respectful. I thought that was very notable. Was it hard to do so, or would you always treat somebody who came to the school that way?
I always have like this saying of like, you don't know someone until you actually meet them in person. So I was going in with an open mind and honestly hoping that Pauline would have an open mind as well, and keeping a respectful manner with her was really my main goal, because to have respect is one of the most important things, and I think that's another thing about Australian culture as well.
You know, what was shown on Spotlight was a few snippets of what actually happened in an hour-long conversation.
Yeah.
And I'm proud to say that I saw 3 young women literally school a senator inside a school.
They schooled a senator. The teacher's saying the kids that agreed with Sharia law, agreed with multiple marriages, and agreed with giving children away for marriage, they schooled Pauline. Oh yes, they showed every Australian how radical Pauline Hanson is, not wanting cultures that support Sharia law and oppression of women. Radical Islam. Oh, they schooled her. It made you look like a fucking mug, mate. It made every Australian more worried that if this is what they are saying in the Islamic schools, is this what they support? He's insane. It makes you like the stream. That's what I wanted to cover, just to get through it, because I cannot believe the ABC is platforming people that want Sharia law. Or they say they don't want it in Australia. Sorry, I got to correct my record. They say they don't want it in Australia, but they support it. I'm pretty sure we know the answer. Just saying.